1969 was a landmark year in American history. Man landed on the moon. The tumultuous decade of the 60s, which saw so many changes, was coming to an end. But for one young man with a unique vision, 1969 marked the beginning, the advent of a truly magical tradition that would bind kids and movies together for the next 20 years. For Robert J. Clark Jr., the summer of 1969 would forever change his life and the lives of thousands of young people who would be touched by his creative energy. It was that summer that the Upper Moreland School District's newly titled media director, with borrowed equipment and his customary shoestring budget, set off with a band of students with a simple goal: to make a movie and to make it great. Incident at Gettysburg, an historical account of the Civil War battle seen through the eyes of a young boy, marked Clark's first production for Upper Moreland. It set the standard that would become Clark's trademark for the next 20 years, a truly professional production done entirely by kids.
And one of the memories from that summer that stands out is a picture of Mr. Clark after we had filmed a scene using a horse that was supposed to gallop across a field. Mr. Clark had made a series of promises to the folks there at Carson Simpson Farm, and one of the things that he had to promise was that the field and the playing areas there, the picnic areas, would be left in the same condition as they had been when we first arrived on the scene. So we had a filming there involving a horse, and at the end of the scene there was Mr. Clark with a clipboard in one hand, glasses on top of the head, and a shovel and a little bucket cleaning up. I wished I had had a picture of that.
We were all standing around, not quite knowing what to do. Mr. Clark running around, not really doing everything, but having to tell everybody at every moment what they should be doing because we had absolutely no idea. But even amongst that confusion, we all felt like we were doing something very important. It was an interesting situation.
For 10 more years, Clark guided the Upper Moreland program through one great summer film after another. But even though his media activity was consistently successful and always attracted dozens of eager children, it fell victim to the budgetary squeeze of the 1970s. Never one to let down his enthusiastic students, Clark improvised an extracurricular program in the basement of his home. It became the basis for CINEKYD Enterprises Incorporated, a nonprofit organization established in 1976 to continue Clark's dream of reaching young people through the communication arts. In 1977, CINEKYD found a permanent home in an industrial campus in Willow Grove and has been making movies with kids ever since. CINEKYD's first full-length feature was The Astrakind, shot in the summer of 1978. From modest beginnings in a small studio complex, CINEKYD made films that captured international awards, earning prestige that belied the organization's size and paid tribute to the man who inspired young people to do their best. Now, it's 1989, and Mr. Clark is still working at CINEKYD on their latest feature, Timberwolf. As usual, it's a movie that he wrote and directed himself. But this feature is special, for it marks the 20th year of Kids and Movies, a landmark achievement for a man who never let anyone believe that it couldn't be done, a man who dared to dream and who made those dreams a reality for himself and others.